Don't you dare be civil with me after leading me on like this.
What are you talking about?
Oh, such stubbornness.
HBR Talk with Hannah Wallen. One of the most irritating ways feminists display misandry is to project their own attitudes, fears, and prejudices onto men, then demonize them for having such awful characteristics, or flat out blame them for myths women spread to each other about the ways men think of and respond to women. That's right, guys. Feminists have decided they know exactly what is on your minds, and they think you should be ashamed of yourselves. They can predict your every move, and they are planning to head you off at the pass they know you are going to eventually make at them. And it's totally not because of anything that's on their minds. It's all you. A feminist on a rant will dredge up the vilest of raw putrescence from the crawl space beneath her limited self-awareness and vomit it into the public discourse as though it were chicken soup for the feminist soul. The recipe is simple. Whatever happens to be bothering her must be a result of something that can be attributed to or blamed on men. If she thinks she appears rude or ill-tempered, it's because men are oversensitive, even if they've said nothing about her behavior. If she has a regret, it's because men are hypercritical. If she lacks confidence, it's because men are stingy with their compliments. If she feels boring or unattractive, it's because men's standards are unrealistic. She won't admit to being callous if she hurts a man. She'll call him a creep. Bad advice she gets from other women will become men's totally real, unreasonable expectations of women. HBR Talk has noted this phenomenon in various ways in discussing all kinds of topics. These hate-mongers throw demeaning, contemptuous stereotypes at men like chimpanzees flinging their own feces at perceived enemies. From cringy one-liners tweeted to #YesAllMen, to songs and movies about abusive husbands, editorials about exploitative bosses, and photo stories featuring guys using public transportation while sitting with their knees more than an inch apart, they impute malice, allege buffoonery, imply perversion, and accuse you of appropriation. The way these women talk, you would think that the world would be a perfect place if it weren't for the insidious plague of men and masculinity. Why, they would create their own worldwide, totally loving and benevolent utopia if it weren't for you testosterone-poisoned stooges. After all, it's much easier to scapegoat a demographic as the cause of one's adverse circumstances and experiences if one has already made them an object of disdain. And scapegoating is one of the main things this behavior exists to facilitate. That way, the woman scapegoating you doesn't have to be concerned that perhaps she has a flaw here and there. We thought we'd seen some of the most idiotic and childish examples of this when we looked into iHolleback and similar feminine humblebrag creepypasta forums, but we were wrong. Nothing spells out the contempt that feminists have for male human beings like the kind of advice they give women who might want to date them. For that, we have to go deep into the abominable cesspool of solipsism known as the FemaleDatingStrategy.com, where we have found a listicle. This week, HBR Talk will examine a list of claims feminist incels have made about dating advice offered to heterosexual women. Have any of us ever heard these supposed myths before? To find out, you can tune in to the YouTube live stream on Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern or find other listening options at HoneyBadgerBrigade.com.